Hey everyone, welcome to my corner of the internet. I'm Lindsay, if we haven't met yet, and you're at my YouTube channel. I thought I would start this back up again, and there's really no good time to do it, but this is how I'm doing it. I've decided that I want to do my best to document the next upcoming months and shed a little light on this crazy experience that has taken me on quite a ride. I think it was end of July, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. It's really nerve-wracking to put that out like in this forum. I don't know why. I have an active Instagram called The Daily Lindsey. If you'd like to follow me there, join me and let's connect. But something feels more real about doing it through a video format. But I feel like this format lends itself to something that really can't be that doesn't really translate in photos or on Facebook posts, which up to this point I've been pretty good about updating people, what things have been happening on my personal Facebook page and on my public Instagram account, The Daily Lindsey. So here I am. I think I'm just probably rambling. I've got my cup of tea. I think this will be like my little comfort in a cup while I talk through my nerves, I guess. And what I wanted to share about this experience today is just a little bit of what has transpired the past few months, and a little bit of my history with breast cancer, because this is not the first time it has happened, actually. So, okay, sip. Maybe you should get a cup of tea too, because it might be a few minutes of catching up. So in July of 2017, I had, actually back up to June, because this is when this really actually started, I had a routine annual checkup with my plastic surgeon for the right side of my breast, because I had a mastectomy done on this side in November of 2015, and I decided that I would put in an implant, and so we get that checked every year. And so this year, when I went to go see him, he was doing a physical check, and he came across a lump, and he put my hand over it, and he said, "Do you feel that?" And to be honest, I can't tell you. I've searched my brain many times to see if I remember ever feeling it. And maybe I did, but if I did, I wrote it off as scar tissue. I don't know why. I think because my breast surgeon told me that after my biopsy on that side that there would be scar tissue there, and it didn't occur to me that the scar tissue would be gone after the mastectomy. So who knows how long it had been there, but it wasn't there when they first diagnosed me in August of 2015. So somewhere between August 2015 and June 2017, this little mass of crazy cancer cells appeared. And well, when we found it, we didn't know. So he told me to go get an ultrasound done. And when I went to get an ultrasound done, my breast surgeon called me the next day, I think, and she told me that I needed a biopsy. No, sorry, I'm getting things mixed up. But they actually told me that the cells looked suspicious and that I needed a biopsy. So maybe a week or two later, I was back at the same place, and they did a biopsy. And my breast surgeon called me the very next day and said that they had gotten preliminary results back and that it was cancer. I don't know what went through my mind at that time. I think I was just in shock for a few days. And that's when everything kind of just took off. So since then, I've had a lumpectomy. It's pretty unbelievable that there would be cancer growing after a mastectomy, but it does happen in patients. It's rare, but it does happen. So we went in, she did a lumpectomy. It was just hanging on, she said, onto a little piece of tissue. And she made sure to like scrape that all out. And then she told me she'd be in touch within a few days about the pathology results. And what the pathology results show are, or what they determine, is whether the doctor removed enough tissue around the actual site of cancer cells. They try to remove a little bit more than that, so any existing microscopic cells will not be there anymore. So she did that, and she called me and she told me that they actually found cancer cells in one of the margins, and that I would have to go back for what they call a re-excision of a margin. And so that was done maybe 3 weeks ago. And luckily, she called me like the next day and told me that there were no, sorry, my brain sometimes just like goes off into who knows where. But she told me that the margins were clear. The margins of the margin were clear. And right around that time, I had an appointment with my oncologist, Dr. I don't know if I should use doctor names right now. Maybe not, just to be safe. So my oncologist called, and he said that he had the results of another test. It's called the Oncotype test, which determines what type of, like, whether your cancer is high risk, low risk, whatever kind of risk. And it turns out that this time around, it is not a recurrence of the cancer that I had in 2015. Even though it's crazy close to the original site, it's actually a new case of cancer. And it's high risk. In fact, the risk of recurrence is 30%, which initially in my mind sounded pretty low. But he said that if I don't go through chemotherapy with this type of cancer and it comes back, there's no cure. So at that point I was like, all right, we're doing chemotherapy. And this was just like a few days right before the, I think, lumpectomy. It was right before the lumpectomy, which was just crazy. It's been a crazy ride. So yeah, that is where we're at right now. I had what they called a portacath. They put that under my skin. You can kind of see, sorry if that grosses you out, but I want to be real with you guys. So they put that port in just last Thursday, and I'm still recovering from that procedure. It's not as like achy. Before, it felt like someone had like punched me in the shoulder, and now it's more of just like a stinging sensation. So now that it's in there, I've given myself a week to kind of adjust to this new thing. It's pretty, I mean, I know it looks small, but to me it kind of feels like this huge thing on my chest. I mean, coming from a person who doesn't wear earrings, as my friend pointed out, it feels very uncomfortable to have like this thing right here. So chemo starts on October 2nd. I've been feeling pretty nervous about it. So yesterday I went over to my oncologist's office, and just to help me like visualize what to expect on Monday, the clinical scheduler helped me overcome that by walking me around and showing me the chemo room, or I guess they call it infusion room. And there were some nurses around. They sat me down and they kind of talked to me about some things to expect, what might be helpful to bring, and they were all very kind, and that really helped me come to terms with it. It was super weird, a very weird sensation to sit. I asked if I could sit in the chair just to to feel it out, literally. I was feeling it out. And sitting in that chair, which by the way was pretty comfortable, I just told myself, like, this is it, you're gonna do this. And so that's, while it's nerve-wracking still, it's alleviated some of that nervous, you know what I mean, nervousness that accompanies this sort of thing. So I know that's a very choppy, like 10-minute explanation of what has happened. If you have any questions, feel free to message me or leave questions in the comments. I want to be as open as I can about it. I'm not really sure if there's a lot of breast cancer vlogs, as they call it, here on YouTube, and so I just thought that I would go ahead and just throw my 2 cents in and do my best to update. I know that when I go through these kinds of things, like, I start off strong, and then my consistency can waver off. So I can't promise, but I'm gonna do my best to try and keep up with this channel and just document things that are happening. And I think it'll be interesting for me to also look back and see, like, hey, you overcame that really crazy time. And also to, like, remind myself of the bright spots in treatment, because yeah, every day is hard, but there's always something positive in every day, as cheesy as that sounds. I'm just thinking about my mom today, because she came with me to a follow-up appointment with my breast surgeon for the lumpectomy procedure, and we just had for what it was, I just love having her around, and she's such a calming presence, and I always laugh with her. And today she came over with some mums to plant in my front planter, and excuse me, a little lump in my throat. But that was really sweet of her, and yeah, that was one of the bright spots of today, was seeing her smiling and putting plants in the front yard. So anyway, all right, here's something fun now. Another story, I guess I'll share. I'm just piling it on today, aren't I? But I don't know, I feel like I want to also, like, share something positive on top of all of this, like, heavy news. And I know that I may come off as maybe casual about it. I don't really know what the right way is to, like, talk about cancer, except just to talk about it and tell you the facts, because my background is in journalism, and I think I'm pretty good about compartmentalizing things. Anyway, I'm digressing. So I wanted to share with you this really cool thing that I received in the mail this week. It's from a new friend that I made, and it happened in the most interesting way, and I thought it would be fun to tell you all the story. So when I was first going through, figuring out what was going on with me, I had just been diagnosed. I decided that I wanted a new pair of shoes. And there's a big story behind that as well. There's so many stories on top of stories. But basically, when I was first diagnosed, I got a pair of shoes from Kate Spade, and they were the cutest pair of shoes I'd ever owned, and they were the most expensive shoes I'd ever owned, more expensive than my wedding shoes, which I bought on sale from Kate Spade. These ones, I think, were full price. Yeah, we paid retail. And they were like these little cute soft suede flats, and they had a mouse head on them, like at the toe. if I can dig up a picture, I'll insert it here. And I wore them to every appointment, and they just were an instant mood booster when going through all that hard stuff. And I wore them to the hospital on the day of my mastectomy, and somehow in the middle of everything, the hospital lost my belongings. Like, the clothes that I walked in with and the shoes I walked in with, they couldn't be found. And so my favorite shoes in the world were gone, and I've been mourning them ever since, to be dramatic. And so when I was diagnosed the second time around, I thought it would be really, it would boost my spirit, as materialistic as that sounds, to look down and see like something happy on my feet at appointments. So I looked at Kate Spade, and they did have these really cute pair of Boston Terrier flats. And like the head of the Boston Terrier was at the toe of the shoe. And I went in store to try them on, and they were like a weird fit, unfortunately. So that night when I was on the couch, like my husband and I were just talking, he was like, you really should have a good pair of flats that like bring a smile to your face. You know, look online and see what you can find. And I ended up finding a really cute pair of Charlotte Olympia kitty flats. And normally they're like super, super expensive. They were like they're over $500 at retail price. I had gone into the flagship store in Vegas with my mom last fall, and we were having fun just trying them on. And of course I didn't buy them because they were way too expensive, but even at that time I was like still mourning the loss of my mouse flats and just dreaming of these pairs of shoes. So that night when we were like talking on the couch, I was looking online, and Zappos had a pair of Charlotte Olympia heels on sale. They were still expensive, but they were about maybe, I want to say 40% off. So I went ahead and pulled the trigger and bought them. And I think I bought them in a 36 and a half. And I was thinking about my experience in Vegas and trying to remember exactly what size I had tried on. And when I woke up in the middle of the night that I bought those shoes, I woke up at like 3 or 4 in the morning, partially because I just had a lot on my mind, but also like it came to me that I had tried on these shoes in a size 36, and they were like the perfect size. They were the perfect fit, and I had just ordered a 36 and a half, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to go online and see if Zappos will take an early call. And it turns out that they do have 24/7 customer service. And so at 4 in the morning, I called Zappos, and this lovely, lovely woman who has turned out to be my friend, see, here's where the story is coming, so much backstory, but her name was Sabrina. She took my call, and I asked her, you know, very nicely, because I mean, man, like, to be up at 4 a.m., whether you're on the East Coast or the West Coast, which East Coast time is 7 o'clock, that's pretty early to be dealing with customers. So I asked her if it was possible to change my order from 36 and a half to 36, and she checked, and luckily we caught it early enough in the process that she could change it to a 36. And she told me that she would go ahead and give me upgraded shipping to 2-day shipping, and that just like really made my day, or early morning, I guess, because a couple days, like that Wednesday, I would be having an appointment with my radiation oncologist, and I was feeling really nervous about that, so I was really happy that they would be here before or in time for that. And so I told her, I was like, you've just made my week. Thank you so much for upgrading shipping. I'm going to be able to wear those to my doctor's appointment now. And it just kind of like came out of me, you know, like, I guess looking back, that is a little bit like, I don't know, too much information to be sharing, but it just came out. And Sabrina was like, oh, well, you know, if you don't mind me asking, you know, why are you going to the doctor? And it was in a very polite way, I'm paraphrasing, and she had a much more gentler way of saying it. And I said, oh, it's no problem, like, and I told her my story. I told her the backstory I just told you. But like, in 3 minutes, like way shorter than a 10-minute explanation. And she said that she was really sorry to hear about that, and you know, that yeah, it would be here. She confirmed that, yeah, the shoes would be here before Wednesday, and she just wanted to confirm a couple of things. Number one, like my address, and so yes, she got my address. And then she also said, and I just want to let you know that Zappos is going to take care of the price of your shoes. Zappos will take care of your shoes. And I was like, what? Really? Like, you guys are my hero. Like, that's amazing. I didn't know you guys did that. And she said something really sweet, and she said that she could tell that I bring a lot of light into this world, I guess, and that if there is anything else that Zappos could do to let them know. And I didn't cry, I was just shocked. I was shocked that a corporate company could have that kind of practice among its employees. So generous. And so, okay, I'm gonna show you the shoes. You ready? Yes, they're blue velvet. They're kitty flats. They have a little gold platform. And I had as soon as I got them, I took them to the cobbler, and I was like, these are the most expensive shoes I own. I want to protect them. Do everything you have to do so that these shoes can live as long, good life. And so what he did was he put these black sole savers on them, and on also the heel. And he also did like a protective coating on the velvet. Oh, so pretty. The blue turns out so pretty on camera. So I told him I'd bring him my shoes from now on, because I've never had a cobbler before. You know, I buy nice shoes, but not like $300 shoes. So the total price of those shoes were $360, and Zappos foot the bill for that one. That was really sweet. So that was around, I want to say, early August, and then came yesterday, and I noticed, because I get notifications from UPS when deliveries are coming, and I noticed that I had gotten a notification from UPS that Zappos had a delivery for me. And I didn't order anything from Zappos, and I asked my husband, he didn't order anything from Zappos. I asked my mom, she didn't order anything from Zappos. I was like, I wonder what that could be. And so as soon as I take the sip, I'm gonna show you how amazing this is the first time that I've really felt overwhelming compassion from strangers. I wish it was something that everyone could feel, because people would be a lot more pleasant to deal with in day-to-day life, honestly. And it wasn't a pair of shoes that Sabrina sent me. It was this package. And when I open it, okay, I'm gonna try and do this without, it says Zappos loves you. And then it has this like really cute banner in it when you open it up that says you are strong. And then right on top of it was this card. It's amazing. And I hadn't even dug into what was in here, but there are these written paragraphs in here that just brought tears to my eyes. Like, she wrote, Lindsey, and there was this quote, "She made broken look beautiful and strong look invincible. She walked with the universe on her shoulders and made it look like a pair of wings." Like, that is the most kindest, loveliest, beautiful thing you could ever say about anyone. I was just so surprised. And then there was a little bit more that she wrote here. It says, "It was such an honor being able to get to know you. I can honestly say in the short time that we talked, you blessed me with the amount of positivity and strength that you exude. I can only imagine what you're feeling or what you must be going through. My brother had cancer as a young kid, and just like you, had a fighting spirit. We believe in you and you will conquer this. I hope that this care package brings a smile to your face and joy to your heart. Like, what? Like, someone from Zappos, a major corporate company, like, they encourage their employees to do this, or they hired someone nice enough to have a big heart for a customer who ordered one pair of shoes. I don't know if they can tell my order history. I don't think I've ordered that many from them. But yeah, then there was this beautiful card, and on it says, hardships often prepare ordinary people for extraordinary destiny. And C.S. Lewis said that. And then a lot of people on her team took the time to write a little note. And it was so sweet. I just thought that was just so sweet. And I think because her brother went through the same thing or similar thing, she just has a good, she just knows what would be really helpful in a time like this. And so I'll share with you some of the all of the things. I'll share with you all of the things that came in this. First of all is this. It's a colorful pens for a coloring book, and it says Animal Kingdom on it, so they're all animal themed, and they're beautiful. I don't know how well that, oh, there is a little note that says, it doesn't matter how slow you go as long as you do not stop. How cool. Oh, what? There are little notes in here. The comeback is always stronger than the setback. Oh my gosh, I'm just gonna throw these back in here and forget that they were in here, because I think that would be kind of cool to like open up a page and see those really sweet notes. Oh my God, that's amazing. How thoughtful. And I've really been finding a lot of comfort and peace in coloring books. I have one right now that I'm working on, and at first I was doing it in colored pencil, but really the key is marker. My friend who's an artist was like, yeah, you gotta be doing markers, and I just thought like, why does it matter? But I always listen to her, and I got some markers, and she was right. Okay, also in here is this little brown card that says treat yourself, and it's a $10 gift card to Starbucks. And also is this box with a cat face on it. And it says something to sip from that matches your shoes. And it is this adorable cat mug. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, pretty styling. So there's that. And then this cute little Bath and Body Works lotion that says Love and Sunshine. I just love that name of the scent, Love and Sunshine. And it says, you brighten every room you enter. Like, she took the time to write little notes for every little thing she sent. Like, that is just so thoughtful. And then this is, I've never seen this before. It's called a PSI band, and it says, stay strong, you can do this. And it's for, I don't know if you can see it from through the camera, but it says nausea relief. And she wrote, for the times when you don't feel the best. So, ooh, I feel a sneeze coming on. Excuse me. Whew. Okay. Last thing in here, it's a blanket. She says, it's a blanket fit for a queen, perfect to cuddle up in for a minute. Oh, sorry. Perfect to cuddle up in for a movie. And she says, P.S. those stickers are scratch and sniff. No lie. And literally, I need to find out where she got these stickers, because they are scratch and sniff. I love stickers. If you could only see like the sticker binder that I have that I use to like decorate envelopes and things, you would know that I'm a crazy sticker fan. But how would she know that I like stickers and coloring? I mean, maybe it's the profile, I guess, of a typical cancer patient. I don't know, but it's all very thoughtful and very effective, and she has me pinned. And it is a super soft plush throw in gray. And at the bottom of the box, it says, catch you later. It's so thoughtful. And like, you know, she could have just put all of these things in the box and that would have been super thoughtful already, but she took the time to decorate the entire box and label everything. And she had her team sign a card. What? This really has opened my eyes to the kindness in strangers, and if anything, like, so cheesy, I want to pay it forward. So I got disconnected just a moment ago because a phone call came in. I'm filming on my iPhone, and so I got cut off, but I think that's a sign that here's a good stopping point for today. Hopefully it was a good chat. It kind of seems one-sided, so I hope that you leave your thoughts and your questions and your comments in the comment section below. I'd love to continue to the discussion there. You can also find me on Instagram at @thedailylindsey, and yeah, let's stay connected until I upload again. All right, signing off for now. Bye.